It's week 1 of the National Football League, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the Colts and the Texans, and it comes your way next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the start of another NFL season, joined by Charles Davis in the booth. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and partner, it's always great to begin another year. It's especially great when you get to see a couple of division rivals square off right out of the gate, and that's what we're going to see here in the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans.
And I know people get tired of it sometimes because we always zero in on the quarterback position, but I don't think we can avoid it here with these two teams in the AFC South. How about in Indianapolis? Matt Ryan, now their quarterback. Can he get them on a postseason run? Because he's the team's 6th Week 1 starter in 6 seasons, and Indy hasn't won its opener since 2013. And Houston, Deshaun Watson officially gone. Davis Mills took over last year. Can he improve on a 4-13 record? I like his chances.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
I think when we really analyze the 2021 NFL season, Houston Texans quarterback Davis Mills, he deserves a lot more credit than he got for leading a bad team last season. Circumstances led the third-round rookie to being thrown in as the team starter, and he really came on after some early struggles. 4 300-yard games from him, he led Houston to a big upset of the Chargers to help keep L.A. out of the playoffs.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Mills to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Nico Collins with the Houston first down, something he did 22 times as a rookie for the Texans. Back here as a starter, hopes that last year's 446 yards are just a floor of what he can do.
Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Mills now. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. A give, running right is Mack. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Mills. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Yannick Ngakoue 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6.
Holding offense.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Here's Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TD. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
Well, I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams trying to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Ryan. And he'll just get rid of it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Ryan. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. A little juke. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Texans will take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So as they take it over, we step aside. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Ryan. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From midfield now, here's Ryan. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. And going right back to Pittman. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Here's Taylor again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. Houston's offense taking over again. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Mills. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
First down, Mills. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. A run up the middle with Mack. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. Got a man, it's Brown. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mills forced out to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. To throw, Mills. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. 7-7, our score after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. And that is no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And very little gain out there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. On 3rd down, Ryan. Well, a throw for Pittman is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And now the rookie's free. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. And came through the big-time pick 6.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
And we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even an offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere. But the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
35 yards that time on the punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. He'll get this to about the 38. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go right back to Mack. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, Mills. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Mills. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Throwing, Mills. And that is incomplete. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game. So it's a 2nd missed field goal here in this 1st half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jonathan Greener running in to pick up the sack. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the 1st half.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack. Ryan. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
This is really simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Texans back out there and ready to go. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Mills. In trouble, and he's taken down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Open man is QT, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he gets it down to the 32. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. They run once more with Taylor. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ballgame.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle, here's Taylor. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Ryan. And he wisely will throw that one away. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Ryan. Campbell making the catch. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. Touchdown, Colts. Kiki QT from 10 yards out. And the Colts' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on fourth down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, fourth down, they went for it.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied at 14. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away from the 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie. And they start 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Ryan. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control.
And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
And now out comes Houston. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Mills to throw it. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Final play of the half, Mills. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And yet again, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Texans, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Matt Ryan and the Colts ready to take over once again. And the first half was not kind to him, and he knows that. 3 interceptions, but still tied, so kind of a clean slate.
I'd say it's a reprieve because ordinarily you throw 3 interceptions, your team should be behind. So he has to be thinking to himself, okay, I'm off the hook for that one. I have to play better for my team here in the second half.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
On first down, Ryan. Caught by Woods.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Ryan. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Ryan. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. And they're going to get this down near the 45-yard line. 3rd and 2, now Ryan. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the handoff, this is Taylor. Down to about the 22 here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Connecting here with Pittman on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. To throw again on 2nd down, Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Desmond King picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TV. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this 3rd quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got to move him downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football. And then ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is now A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Here's Hines. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, Ryan. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up the fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans. At about the 32. A first down throw for Mills. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Here's Mills. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Rodgers on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 2nd and inches, Ryan. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
That sack backs Ryan and the Colts up a bit here, facing a 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing just outside his own goal line. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They'll go with Mack here up the middle.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
First down, Mills.
Eluding the pressure right.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10.
At the 20. Ryan. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And now here's another interception.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, complete. That's Mack.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Mills. He dumps this off to Mack. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
On the handoff, it's Mack. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Escape, and a big loss here as he's taken down. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So a big one coming here for Ka'imi Fairbairn. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. And he powers his way up past the 30. Only 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Ryan. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Here's Ryan. Campbell making the catch. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive linemen, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. And his pass incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Ryan. And his
throw here's incomplete. Well, this drive did a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. To throw is Ryan.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 2nd down.
Now Mills.
Got him in. It's Brown.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Nowhere to go that time. They maybe got a yard up to the 40. On 2nd and 9,
Mills.
and that's complete to Cooks.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On the give, this is Mack. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Mills to throw it.
And his throw is incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Mills. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Mills to throw for it on 4th.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10.
At the 33-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan.
He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Ryan.
He'll get this one to Pittman.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Again, Ryan. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now, the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Ryan to the right side, complete to Taylor.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And this is taken in at the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Kiki QT. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's Mills. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. He's got room at the 30.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Down to about the 22 here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here's Mack to get it again on second down.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third down, a run by Mack. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner. And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic. One last shot for Ryan. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Houston, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.